are two rules which are necessary whenever you are making variables in MATLAB, or you are naming your MATLAB files. Okay, so the first thing is the most important thing, the that the first letter of your variable should be some alphabet. Okay, it must be some variable, it must be some letter. It can be some uh, like numeric digit 1 2 3. Okay, you can place numeric values after the first letter, but the first letter must be some alphabet. Okay, and the other rule or other thing is that MATLAB variables are case sensitive. Okay, so capital A is not equal to or not same as small a. So let's see these things. I just create a variable 1a b c equals to 23. Now you can see there's some error because of violation of this rule. So I can name it a123 equals to 23. So now you can see that variable a underscore 123 is created. Now the other thing, I just a equals to 34. Okay, and small a equals to 56. Now small a and capital A, these are two different variables. Okay, now what is vector, matrix, and how to take transpose? Vector is a single dimensional row or column. There can be a row vector or column vector. Okay, and matrix is a combination of rows and columns. I think you already know about what's the matrix, what's row, what's column. So I just a equals 1. Now how we can write a row? If we are writing the elements of a row, we can simply give space, or we can put a comma between these two elements. Okay, like 1 2 3 4. So it is a row vector. Similarly, b equals to 1 space 2 space 3 space 4. Now these a and b, they are same things. In a I just use commas for making a row, but in b I just use space for a row vector. Now what's a column vector? V equals to 1 semicolon 2 semicolon 3 semicolon 4. So it's not a comma, it's semicolon, and it will give us a column. Okay, so and a combination of rows and columns will be a matrix, like S equals to 1 2 3 4 semicolon 5 6 7 8. Now it's a matrix S of order 2 cross 4. 2 cross 4 means there are 2 rows and 4 columns. Okay, and how to take transpose? How to take transpose? In transpose, we simply interchange, or we simply transform the rows into columns and columns into rows. Okay, like transpose of v will be a row vector. I can take transpose by y equals to v transpose or complement. So you can see y v is a column vector, and y is its transpose, and it's a row vector. Okay, so it's simple. We can simply complement the element to get its transpose. Now what are arrays, and how we can initialize an array? Let's suppose I want to write numbers from 1 to 10, so I will simply put a colon between 1 and 2 and it will give me numbers with the increment of 1. Okay, let's try. A equals to 1 to 10. So the default value of increment is 1. If you don't put any other number between these two, 1 and 10, it will be, the increment will be a default value of 1. But if you want any other increment, any increment other than 1, will use a equals to 1. Let's suppose I want an increment of 2 instead of 1. I will simply put 2 between 1 and 10. So it will be like this. So you can see 1 3 5 7 9 up to 9. So we can I can point 1 b equals to point 1 or b equals to 0 to 1 with increment of 0.1. Okay, so you can see now we are moving from 0 to 1 with an increment of 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and up to 1. So this is about arrays. Now there are these three functions are MATLAB built-in functions, and these functions are used in like almost all the codes. So these three functions are too important, very important for our projects or our codings. So one is zeros, other is ones, and then rand number. Zeros is used to for just putting zeros in a matrix. It can be a row vector, a column vector, or a complete matrix. Okay, let's suppose if I just use zeros of 3, it will be a square matrix of 3 cross 3 having all the elements as 0. If I put 2 comma 3, it will give me a 0 matrix of order 2 cross 3. It means there will be 2 rows and 3 columns. Sorry, I just missed zeros. A equals to zeros 2 comma 3. So you can see now A is a 0 matrix of 2 cross 3. Similarly, ones is used for putting all the elements as 1. A equals to ones three. It will give me a square matrix of 3 cross 3. Now B equals to ones 3 cross 4. So in this way we can define a zero matrix or ones matrix. Now the other thing, random number, rand n, it simply generates random number between 0 and 1. Okay, We are not going into details. There are a lot of other types of random numbers, but we are not going to details for now. Like there are integers random numbers or others. So I just put 2 and it gives me a square matrix of order 2 having a random number. Okay, actually it's uniformly distributed random numbers. uh, 2 cross 4, so it's like this. Okay, so it was about generating vectors from built-in functions. We use zeros, ones, rand. Now what is matrix indexing? In MATLAB, the matrix index begins from 1, not from 0, and the matrix index must be a positive number. Okay, it can't be a negative number. I just show you. Let's suppose A is a matrix of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Now what if I want to I just want to go on 8, or I want to select this element. So I can simply A or B equals to A. What's the number of element? What's the position of element? It's 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I will write A6 and it gives me 8, the element on position 6. Similarly, if I want to reach this one 9, I will write A equals to, as its position is 9, so I will write A equals to, okay, I think it's better to just write a random number so idea will be more clear. A equals to rand n of order 4. Okay, now if I want to get this one 1.4090, I'll simply write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. B equals to A, and the position is 7, so I'll get this one. Okay, similarly if I want to get this last digit, I will last element, what I will do, its position is 16, so okay. And the other way of getting to this position is we simply mention the row number and the column number. Okay, like if I want to get this one, okay, same number, what I will do, I'll check its row position and its column number. So it's third row and second column, it's third row and second column, so I will write C equals to A 3 third row and second column, so I will get this number. Similarly, if I want to get this one 0.4899, instead of counting its position, its element position, I will simply write its row number and column number. So its row number is 1, A1, and its column number is 4, and I will get this. Okay, yeah, and two more things. create a random number, a random matrix 3 cross 3, or just okay. Now what if I just want to get more than one elements? I will do b equals to a. Let's suppose I want to get these two elements, 0.0318 this one and 0.2769. So its row number is, its column number is 2 and rows are 1 and 2. So what I will do, I will do 1 colon 2 and the column number is 2. So I will get these two numbers, these two elements. Now what if I want to get the whole row, the third row? I will do c equals to a what's the row number? Row number 3, and the column number, we have to include all the columns, so I will simply write I will simply put a colon instead of any specific column number. I will put this sign colon and I will get the complete row. Okay, this one. Similarly, if you want to get some specific column instead of some elements, I can simply get like this: a equals to, let's suppose I want to get this middle, this second column or this middle one. What I will do, a equals to, now the rows, in place of rows I will simply put this colon and then comma, and then I will write 2. Okay, it means the whole second column I will be selected. Okay, d equals to a, this one. So this is how we can choose, or we can reach to number any specific element or the complete row or specific vector